And welcome back once again to Super Metroid Ice Metal. Apparently, wave and plasma does not hurt those creatures. So, goodbye. I'll leave plasma on for the moment because of something coming up here. Jewel from my belt. Oh my goodness, I'm doing terrible enough. Anyway, back through to the landing site. Let's go over this door. You may recall there were speed boost blocks through here. Apparently I have to do it from the other side. This looks like plenty of room. Yeah, I forgot about that. Just boost your way up and careful where you're going, and through here, in a very much recognizable room. Even though it has been changed, at least it's still very recognizable. Here we have the ice beam, which is, I believe, the most deadly beam in the game. Look at that. Rapid fire. It's more powerful. It also has wave beam properties, so it passes through walls. It is a bit glitchy, though. Some walls it won't pass through at certain angles or something, just like that, you see. There's just some spots where it's kind of catches on stuff. So it's not a true wave beam, but it's good enough. So yes, you may be surprised that this hack does have quite a bit of cool little custom things. Like I don't know if I've really shown it. I think it's been done a couple times already. But with the grapple beam, when you swing off, if you're moving, Samus will, when you let go, Samus will be in her spin animation, so you can wall jump off a grapple swing, which is pretty cool, although it also is not used very much. I don't think there's any point where it's actually ever needed, so. Would have been cool to see. Oh, good grief, that was terrible. I wasn't there. Would have been cool to see some actual level design with that needed, but, you know, it was just a little extra. And then, obviously, the Ice Beam has the wave beam properties. Even if they're not perfect, it'll still go through the walls most of the time. And it's super powerful. So, anyway, you may be asking, what am I doing back through here? As you may recall, there was a little upgrade thing surrounded by... Oh yeah, and these are all grapple blocks. But there's a little item pickup that was surrounded by speed boost blocks, which I wanted to grab. So, that is what I am going to be doing here. Although, in actuality, you don't need to grab it here, because it is charge beam, but there's another location where you can't miss it later. But I'm going back here just in case there's like more items to grab anyway, because I do not want to end on like a horrendous whatever it was, like 60 something percent. It was either high 50s or low 60% that I collected the first time I played this. And I want to do a little better than that this time. Or hopefully a lot better. So onwards through here. And it was up off this room. Now, You may still want to experiment with beams, because there may be a more powerful combination than ice plasma. I just personally like this combination. I guess this is what I had the first time I clicked it, so it was just something I grew accustomed to. Yes, this room had stuff in it. Right there. So, just gotta make sure to speed boost properly. That was a bit cheap. Calling foul play on that one. But you just have to time your boost right so you don't break into the floor, and then you can go up here. And if you do not recognize this room at this point, I don't know about you. You must not be that familiar with Super Metroid, but it even has the same item up here. This either was the room where you can mock ball to get early supers in the original, or it was based off that room. I have the tendency to think it is the same room because the scrolling's set up the same, so it would have been just easier to use that room that already had the PLM set up to do that. And here's Charge Beam. But you can get this later, and you will need it, but you can't miss it later either, so I just came back to look for some extra items. It's just like that. So yeah, apparently Charge Beam has a much harder time going through walls just because of the length of it. The code in there catches something somewhere, so I'm not sure exactly how that works, because I've never actually looked into it myself. I mean, there's a little beam editor thing that Black Falcon's made that lets you do things like this. You just set everything up, click save, and it'll all be good. Still some bugs in it though, so be careful when using it. But I'm just not sure why the beam catches inside this. So, I can't really say anything about that. Get away from the gold boulders. And I think I'm pretty well finished back here. I'm going to be going exploring around some more. Seeing if I can find any items before I head to the endgame area. Because I've got, what? 170, 30, 40. That's okay. That's better than what I had before. And I've only got, what, 9 energy tanks? So yeah, there's 5 more hanging around somewhere. I know where one is. One energy tank is in the final area, which actually has, the energy tank actually has importance to the story in some fashion. It's kind of weird to me, but it's also interesting. I know somebody's going to be pointing out that I said interesting again, so. Oh yes, back down here. Got plenty of things to explore down through Steam Fair. I wanted to call it Norfair so bad. That is one of the biggest problems with playing a hack. Now the cat's bugging me. But yeah, with hacks you get all these. I like it when they actually change the names of areas and stuff, change the name of the beam and stuff, but by the same token, I still want to call it by what I've always known it as, so. And I have no idea why that thing's there. Goodness. Cat. I'm recording, go away. It's back down in here. There's an item somewhere. There it is. Okay, so another missile. This door's locked. My goodness. There we go. I have no particular desire to go into that room that led me to the unfinished, messed up area. Nope. All the enemies still didn't open the door, so... There's gotta be something back here. I know there's a way back there. There's crumble blocks, so... And this room should look familiar to you, if you're familiar with the original too. Of course, it may just be me being, like, really, really familiar with everything, but there it is. Again, use a super, collect a missile. Although I guess if you go by the door caps, 1 super does equal 5 missiles, so it's equal trade, but still find that kind of silly. Anyway, so we've got a new place to explore. I believe there's quite a few items back here too. Okay. What was going on with that? I do not know what I just saw. So anyway, on that very interesting note, I think that'll do it for this video. Hopefully we'll see you for the next one.